younger ones who are now starting with a new curriculum. That curriculum, learning doesn't stop. Learning should be continuous. Of this pandemic that has affected us well, and they have had to stay home. I am going to ask you one big favor that we have been given. Wear a mask. Share your mask with your best friend. Switch, can we swap? No. You can swap, must play, because if children don't play, then that allows you also to keep your distance. Are moving towards gender parity, except for in school, also has an equal opportunity, and for us to really at the top. So boys, you have to pull up your socks. I really want to encourage all of you, especially the younger ones who are now starting with a new curriculum. That curriculum is supposed to help you become a well-rounded human being by the time you're an adult. It is supposed to expose the talents that you have. It is supposed to really help you gain skills that you can use in later life, gain practical skills. So my friend here, what class are you in? Huh? Huh? Pre-primary. You're in pre-primary. Have they started to show you how to make your bed? Have they started to show you how to tie your shoelaces? So you don't disturb mommy at home these days. You make your bed and you tie your own shoes. Yeah? And also learning how to look after your compound at home and in school. The importance of the environment. You're learning all those things. Those are practical things that you will be able to use tomorrow, even as you continue with your regular education. And that is the principle behind the competency-based education. And I'm really hoping and really looking forward and really requesting our teachers be supportive to these young ones, so that at the end of the day, by the time they become adults, they have at least gained a skill that they can put to use in later life. Work hard, make up for lost time. We are very proud of those who did their exams earlier this year. Your predecessors who were in class 8, who, despite the fact of having been at home, did fairly well in all their exams. And that is something we are very happy for. And for that, we want to also thank our teachers, because if it was also not for the effort of our teachers, despite the difficulties, they would not have done as well as they did. Walimu, hongera, pongezi, Mungu aendelee kuwabariki na kuwalinda kwa kazi njema ambayo mnatutendea, na tutaendelea kusaidiana pamoja nanyi kuhakikisha watoto wamesoma na kuhakikisha pia tumelinda pia hata mahitaji yenu. We will continue in that manner. We want to continue investing in education. That is why I'm here at your school today. We were having a teleconference with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, together with one of your classes and a class and a school in the United Kingdom that I believe is your sister school. And we are trying to raise money to ensure that every single child, not only here in Kenya, but all over the world, has access to education, that we are also able to ensure that every single girl also has an equal opportunity, and for us to ensure we get gender parity. And I'm very happy that here in Kenya we are moving towards gender parity, except for some very small pockets of our country. In most other parts, we are starting to see more girls than boys in school. We are starting to see more girls being the top of their classes. And I think even you saw in the last results that have come out, a good number of girls are really at the top. So boys, you have to pull up your socks. Otherwise, if you're not careful, yeah, that's right, yes, pull up your socks, yeah, so that you can keep up with the girls. Otherwise, you will be left behind. Because we want all our children to be in school. And the second thing we want to also ensure is that we continue developing our digital infrastructure so that in the event of crises like we have had now, learning doesn't stop. Learning should be continuous. And we want to continue making further investment to ensure that we deepen technology and we deepen digital learning so that if we are ever faced with a crisis like this again, no child is left unable to continue with his or her education as a result of this, of any unfortunate situation that may occur in the future. It is wonderful to start seeing our children back in school after a very difficult year where many of you have had to stay at home because of this pandemic that has affected us here in Kenya, but has also affected children like yourselves all across the world, and they have had to stay home in order to be able to protect themselves against this disease. And even as we move forward, I am going to ask you one big favor that I asked those who we were sharing class with today. And that is, we want to be able to continue without closing our schools again. We want all our kids to be back in school. But for that to happen, we must take on the issue of personal responsibility very deeply. And what do we mean by that? What we mean is that now, from the young to the very old, we must be our brother and our sister's keeper. We can stop the spread of this disease if we all just maintain those basic protocols that we have been given. Wear a mask at all times. Don't share your mask with your best friend. Your mask is yours. Don't say, I like yours, it looks better than mine. Can we switch? Can we swap? No. You can swap other things, but you don't swap masks. So keep your mask and keep it clean and keep it on you, and covering your face and mouth properly. Number 2, you must play, because if children don't play, then you're not a child. You must play. But play in a safe manner and play in a manner that allows you also to keep your distances from each other. And then 3, the most vital, which is a lesson for many of you that you should carry for the rest of your life. Washing your hands regularly, all the time. And washing your hands regularly not only prevents corona, but also keeps you healthy and stops you from getting other diseases. You understand what I'm saying? It also stops you from getting diarrhea and getting other stomach infections and all those kind of things. So it's a good habit anyway to keep, even for future life. Washing your hands as regularly as you can. Not waiting for your teacher to tell you, not waiting for your mommy to tell you. You yourself should remember to wash your hands as many times as you can. Agreed?